Welcome to our spooky slumber party.
Grab your favorite snack and get settled in for some spooky story time.
Hello and good evening. Welcome back to another spooky slumber party. And tonight we've got the lovely Meso Thorny joining us, and of course, our special guest Birdie is coming to join us. And tonight it is again my turn to tell a little story. But before we do that, let's go ahead and say hello to the lovely Miso and welcome back the Birdie. Hi, Birdie. Welcome back.
Hello.
And hi,
Yes,
Miso, my
welcome back,
love.
Birdie. Hello. So glad to be back at the fire with my two beautiful ghouls.
Yeah, I'm excited. I love going to our spooky slumber parties. It's always fun. And I like that we can talk about smaller and less specific topics in this segment. So I really, really like it. Like we've covered
it's
movies,
always fun.
like a random like web movie that I covered was Psycho and several theories. So today I actually have something that I really, really think is cool. And today I'm actually going to be talking about Dreamcatchers. And the Spider Goddess. And I'm gonna try and say this properly, so I'm so sorry in advance for those that can't handle how I butcher this. Asibikaashi. I think that's what it is. Asibikaashi, which is the Spider Goddess. And so, do you guys know what a Dreamcatcher is?
I have a journal. Yeah, I mean, I've seen them. I think I had one as a kid. You know, you see them around, but I don't think I know like the deep bits about them.
Birdie, have you ever had a Dreamcatcher before?
My dad used to own a few. We'd have them around the house.
But yeah, I think my mom had a couple.
So, my mom bought me one a very, very long time ago. I was still like in junior high or high school at the time, and we went to go visit the redwood forest. You know, the giant redwoods. So we went to go visit that, and I think we were on our way to Washington to visit some family that we had in Washington. And so, what happened is when we went to the redwoods, there was several indigenous vendors that were around like the tourist spots, and they were selling different things like different paintings, different drawings, different jewelry that was made by indigenous people, different items made by indigenous people. And one of the things that they were selling, they sold a lot of jewelry, but one of the things that really caught my attention was a Dreamcatcher because I had never owned one before, and I don't recall really seeing one before. And this is around the time that I got really deep into like learning about the indigenous tribes of America. Like I came to the United States for, for school, and around junior high is when I really went into a deep dive on the indigenous tribes of America, and I went to several museums with my stepdad because I really got into it. And so I was really excited that my mom bought me a Dreamcatcher. And so I hung that Dreamcatcher in my room until I had to move. So I had it for a very, very long time. And I actually didn't understand how special of a gift that Dreamcatcher was. But now that I'm older and I understand more about it, I am truly happy and kind of honored that I got to own a Dreamcatcher and that I got it from um an actual native indigenous person that made it. And so,
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm really thankful that my mind that I had was a genuine one. And it wasn't like one of the ones that were mass market produced and everything else.
Right.
So, Dreamcatchers actually originated from a specific tribe known as the Ojibwe, or that's what they're known as in Canada, but in America, they're known as Chippewa. So
Okay.
so like let's say they're the same tribe or the same family, but one is in uh Canada in the Manitoba area and Ontario, and then in the United States, and it's off of Michigan and Wisconsin. So they're the same tribe, but they're known as Chippewa here and Ojibwe in Canada. And so
Okay.
if you guys think Chippewa sounds familiar, fun fact,
It does.
Camp Chippewa is from the Addams
Yeah.
Family Values, and that's where Wednesday
Ooh.
Addams ruins
Originates.
their Thanksgiving play and made it historically accurate.
I love it.
Nice.
Oh, but yeah, so that's how I first heard of Chippewa, was from Adam's Family Values. But yeah, so they were actually the first tribe to create Dreamcatchers. And Dreamcatchers were originally made from twigs from a willow tree. And then and so they were gathered and then they were pulled into a spiral or a circle. And then after that they would use a thread for making the web, or they sometimes used a stalk of the stinging nettle to create the thread that weaves through this hoop, this willow tree hoop that they made. And so
Okay.
Okay.
on top of that, dream catchers were actually usually made by mothers, grandmothers, and aunties, and they were actually given as gifts. They made them for infants and babies, and they would hang them on top of where the babies sleep to help them with nightmares, to help them have a good night's sleep.
Oh,
So basically, this is something that is more of a feminine creation. It's a feminine gift that you would give to a child. So it's something made by a feminine. And
I love that.
and so they're sometimes even decorated with feathers, but we'll get more into it. So I'll give you a breakdown. Should I tell you guys what it does first, or do you want me to give you a breakdown of how, like, the different elements of the Dreamcatcher? Which one would you guys like first?
Um, I guess how it works, the explanation first, because then
Sure.
I guess that would make more sense.
And then I'll explain how they're made and the meaning of what they're made
Absolutely.
for. Okay, so the dream catchers, they're actually translated from a Ojibwa or Chippewa word, and it was translated into a dream catcher, but it actually is more of a dream snarer, is what it's actually translates to, is dream snarer. So it's either a dream catcher or a dream snare is the more uh like accurate, I guess would be the more accurate description, but both works, and most people know it as a dream catcher. But anyway, so the way they work is bad dreams get caught on the webs, and on the webs that are around the center of the web, which, like, the center of the dream catcher, which is usually a gemstone, but we'll get more into that one. And so
Okay.
basically the webs catch all the bad dreams, and then they hold on, sorry, I lost my notes. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Okay, so
Those sneaky little notes.
yeah, so the way it works is the webbing would catch the bad dreams, and in the morning when the sun rays come in and it touches the webs, the bad dreams get destroyed and only the good dreams go through the holes on the web. So basically the thread that they use for the web catches the bad dreams, holds them in there until sunrise, and then the sun destroys the nightmares. And
I love
so
that.
that is the meaning of it. So it is often recommended that you hang the dream catcher above your bed, or the child's bed, or your partner's bed, or whoever you gift it to. It goes above the bed, and it helps control what enters their dream state, especially in some cultures when you're sleeping, or in the dream state is when you're very, very vulnerable. So it's another protection from being vulnerable while you're asleep. The dream catchers, like an extra line of defense while you're sleeping.
Okay, I do. I love that. I think that's so cool.
So so the good dreams travel through the holes and gently fall down through the ribbons that are attached to the dream catchers. And then it goes into the mind of the dreamer. And then it gives you the good dreams and only gives you the good dreams. So, and then, like I said, the bad dreams get tangled up and then they get perished under the sun. So the design of the dream catcher like I said, it's usually made out of willow tree. But the Dreamcatcher, the tradition was that they would oh sorry, why did I do that? Sorry. I got my notes all messed up, you guys. I am on it tonight.
It's the fire. It has that effect.
Yeah. Sorry. All right. So, the design of a dream catcher is very, very symbolic. It is said that the round shape that is formed as the frame of the dream catcher is supposed to represent sun goddess Gizi. And then the gemstone in the middle of the web um, is the symbol of Asibikaashi, aka the Spider Queen. Um, so because the gemstone started to become a very rare item and started to become too expensive and hard to find, they eventually changed the design so it no longer had a gemstone center, and instead they took eight pieces of the thread and pulled them to the center and created eight knots in the center of the dream catcher, which is the center point. And then the eight strings that they tied together to make that center knot is supposed to represent the arms and legs of the spider goddess. And then
I love
for
that.
for some designs, they actually often incorporate a feather, and it's interesting because feathers mean different things in indigenous tribes. So, an owl feather is actually known as the woman's feather, and the owl is often, well, the owl is a symbol of wisdom or the keeper of wisdom. And in a lot of, not just here, but in a lot of other cultures, they always talk about how owls are symbols of wisdom, or like the wise owl, or the owl is full of wisdom. So, like, owls are known to be very intelligent creatures with wisdom. And so the owl feathers represent the female, and then if it's an eagle feather, that represents a man's feather, and that feather symbolizes courage.
Okay. Yeah, I had no idea there was a difference between like the feathers were, I guess, specific to different genders and things of that nature.
It's funny because there's quite a few people that now understand that feathers mean something. I don't know if you've ever looked it up, but people often talk about Tiger Lily, Princess Tiger Lily from Disney's Peter Pan, and her
Okay,
feather
yeah.
and what her feather actually symbolizes. Hold on. Her feather has a cut on it, right? So hold on, let me see if I
Right.
can find it. Meanings. God, I can't remember what hers was, but I was just like, oh, okay. So, let's show more. I found the picture image, but there we go. So, Tiger Lily, her feather is a straight feather, but then it's got like a part of it's missing. Hold on. Let me take a look. Let me compare her feather to. Sorry, we drifted away, you guys, but feather came into play, so I just wanted to share that. Princess Tiger.
And haunts.
Yeah, so her feather is a white feather with a red tip, and then her. Did they change her design? But yeah, she had a little slice on the left side of the feather, or on the right side of the feather. And so her feather actually means, hold on. Where is the feathers? Oh my gosh. Why can't I see the picture?
Show me the feather.
I need to see the feather, please.
The feather.
The feather. One second, you guys. So hers is, it means cut an enemy's throat and took his scalp.
Nice. Good for her.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's the feather, the feather that Tiger Lily has. That's what it would mean, is that she, yeah, because of the way it was designed. So I thought that that was a funny little thing that I chuckle
I
at
love a
every time
bad
I see
bitch.
it. Bad bitches. But anyways,
So we stand
so
bad bitches here.
sometimes instead of the Dreamcatcher being the shape of like a circle to represent the sun god, there are some designs that actually have the frame changed to a teardrop. And the teardrop is meant to symbolize the dewdrops that the spider goddess would collect from her web. And that's why
Oh,
they,
that's cute.
so
Ooh.
sometimes it's a circle, and if it's a circle, that is a representation of sun goddess Gizi. But if it's the shape of a teardrop, it is basically symbolizing for the spider goddess and her dewdrops that she would collect. So I just thought that the symbolism behind it is very, very, very interesting. So,
Yeah.
as I mentioned, that Dreamcatchers began from the Ojibwe or the Chippewa tribes, but the Dreamcatchers tradition was then spread to other tribes, and it first started as other tribes were able to gain a Dreamcatcher because of intermarriage, and so the Chippewa would have intermarriages with other tribes like the Lakota tribe, the Navajo tribe, and the Inuit.
Mhm.
And so as they would get married, a lot of they would give dream catchers, like a new dream catcher that somebody made, like a family member made, and they would give them as presents to
Oh, that's
the
sweet.
married couple. And that's how dream catchers then became a tradition passed on to other tribes. And now almost like a lot of American indigenous tribes actually have dream catchers, but it first started with the Ojibwe, aka the Chippewa, and it just got passed on through intermarriages, and so now it's pretty widespread to different tribes. So I just thought that that was very interesting and how it spread to other tribes because uh the ones, I think that the people that we went to was, I can't remember what tribe we were closest to when we were at the redwoods, but we were heading towards Washington, so I can't recall right now, but I'll have to look it up. And so dream catchers were given as gifts, and they also symbolize spiritual protection and ancestral respect. And the dream catcher, the word, the word that it comes from, I'm scared to say it, but I think it's called Bawa'ajie, Bawa'ajije, Nagwa'agan is what it was called for, and that's what it means for dream snare. And like I said, these are created by mothers, grandmothers, and even aunties, and they're given to, like, they're usually given to infants as a protection for evil, for from as a protection for kids from evil dreams, or as wedding gifts. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of culture, a lot of symbolism, a lot of intent, a lot of meaning that is
Yeah,
poured into the making of a dream catcher. And it is why I truly believe that if you wanted to have a dream catcher, that you should actually purchase it from an official indigenous vendor rather than buying some
absolutely.
mass market produced item, because I feel like like people need to respect that, because I feel like it's a very, very lovely tradition, and the history behind it and the symbolism behind it means a lot. So for me, if you ever want to get a dream catcher, make sure you buy it from an indigenous person instead of from a place like Target or something like that. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I couldn't agree
that's
more.
that's the story behind the dream catchers and the spider goddess Asibikaashi.
I love it.
What'd
I
you know,
love, like you said, I love how much
Adore
meaning
that
there
one.
is. I love how deep it really goes and how much love, like, they stand for,
Hmm.
really, they stand for the love of the families, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think that they're absolutely lovely and I really, really like them. But there was a lot of things that I didn't know about Dreamcatchers until I did this research because I did own one and I loved having it. And I just didn't understand that there was different designs incorporated with it. And I really wanted a
Right.
teardrop shaped one, like really badly.
Yeah, but say I knew they were I knew they were sentimental and I knew that they were symbolic, but I didn't realize just how deep that went, and I didn't realize all the different little bits and pieces, like of all the different design parts of a dream catcher, like how deep that went symbolically
Yeah.
and meaning wise.
But yeah, what'd you think, Birdie?
I thought it was very interesting. I very much enjoyed uh I enjoyed learning about the fact that like they stem from the idea of a spider's web wrapped around a hoop.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I also very much like the fact that it was traditionally given towards mothers with children, for said children, because in my opinion, like it makes more sense to get a gift that was hand prepared, meant for you, than to be like, oh hey, I showed up with a box of diapers to your baby shower. Like,
Right.
mm,
I love that. Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, so I thought that was a fun little topic. I know it's not like a usual topic that we would cover for the podcast, so I figured, hey, we're having a spooky slumber party. Let's talk about something that catches nightmares
mhm.
and banishes them in the
Yes.
sun. I just thought that that was really, really cool, and I thought it was something interesting. And I'm sorry for any mispronunciations that I did. I tried my best. And I'm so sorry that
Hey,
I
you
am.
know you still did better than I would. And it wouldn't be any
Same.
kind of spooky ghouls without a little stumbling on the words.
But let's go ahead and sit around the fire, roast some marshmallows, and look up at the
Mm.
stars. Which, by the way, did you guys see that super moon? Oh my goodness. It was so
My
I
pretty.
goodness,
did.
I
It was
did.
gorgeous.
She was so pretty.
Yeah, she was gorgeous. It was raining, so it was really hard to
Gorgeous.
see her, but I got a couple pictures of her with clouds around her and stuff.
It was very foggy here.
It was raining and foggy here.
I know, it was super foggy. Like, I kid you not, one of the first that I did,
Pretty.
because like I went and I put out, like, of course, like I went and put out my crystals to, like, you know, charge them.
I
Right.
didn't get to put out my crystals this time because I didn't want them to get wet, so I'm really sad that I didn't charge my crystals
Quit.
this time around.
Honestly, valid. I'm pretty sure that. So you remember that necklace that you got me, the smoky quartz?
Yeah.
Yeah, the string on that is starting to break, and so I was just like, I'm just gonna hang it from a water and hope that it survives the night. And then
did
I go
it?
back in the morning, it survived the night, but like the strings that are like that were binding it to like the string itself to like help support it are now completely untethered. So it's just like one little ring holding the rock in place, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is it's just the
Ooh.
string, so that's replaceable.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But we got to do our outro, and I really appreciate you joining us again, Birdie. I hope you had fun. And
Yes, thank you so much.
Of
I am so
course.
glad that I've been so excited about this topic, so I'm really excited that we got it done. All
Yeah,
right.
I'm very happy.
Are you guys ready?
It was such a
Mhm.
pleasure to have you.
I know. All right.
Sure are, dear.
We're gonna do it, Birdie. Birdie, you're gonna get used to this, right? Yeah. Okay.
Buckle up, buckaroo.
Let's go. All right. Clear throat.
Me.
La 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 la.
Oh.
Okay. We're all right. We'll stay thick.
And
You stay spooky.